reading this right now, City of Bones by Martha Wells, and in the author's note in the beginning, she talks about the fact that this book is a little bit weird because it's a little bit between sci-fi and fantasy, and I think you know exactly what she's talking about because it involves a fantasy race, but it's a fantasy race that feels a little bit more like a sci-fi species. Because, yeah, both fantasy and sci-fi are going to usually include, humanoid, sentient, non-human species, but they're treated completely differently. For one thing, in fantasy, it tends to be the stereotypical mythological creatures. Like, we are talking about something that looks like elves, something that looks like fairies, something that looks like shapeshifters, something that looks like mermaids. Whereas in sci-fi, there tends to be a lot more diversity and a lot more exploration of the weird. Though, truthfully, you will often, especially in pulp sci-fi, come across something that looks like the Greys, something that looks like the reptilians. But it tends to be a little bit less leaning on the archetypes.